UFC Paris is coming up this weekend, and today, guys, I have the complete betting guide for you with timestamps included. We're going to go through my confident picks. We're going to go through underdog opportunities. We're going to go fights that you should not be betting on, fights that you shouldn't touch. We're going to talk about lock of the week, and then finally, some potential parlays if you are looking to make some extra money. We are going to get into it in just a second. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get into the video for today with the confident picks. So, guys, the first confident pick I have for you is Benoit Saint-Denis. Long story short, guys, I'm not going to go through the entire card. I have a whole video for that if you want me to break down the in particular details of every single fight. But very long story short, guys, I am officially, especially after his last fight, I am on the Benoit Saint-Denis hype train. He just destroyed Ismael Bonfim. I love the technique he displayed in this fight. I love that he made him worry about everything. I am very high on the Bonfim brothers. I thought Bonfim was going to beat Saint-Denis, and Saint-Denis has always been a very, very good fighter and looked like he could be something like, perhaps in the future, very special in the division. But man, he looked like he was on another level in that fight. I loved how dominant he was, and I really do believe he will beat Thiago Moises. He's just been looking so good lately. I love that he can take the fight anywhere. I'm very confident in saying that he will win this fight. The next confident pick I have for you guys is actually going to be Volkan Oezdemir. He's taking on Bogdan Guskov, and while Guskov does have that potential to be something special when he enters the UFC and really comes into his own, because the technique is there. He looks like he is going to be a very good fighter, but the problem is he does not have any of that UFC experience. While he's been dominant outside of the UFC, he has not taken on a guy like Volkan Oezdemir, and Volkan Oezdemir is not a guy you want to make your UFC debut against. Volkan Oezdemir is much better than his 18-2 record, and he has taken on the toughest of the tough in the UFC. Just even taking a look at some of his last fights, this guy has been in there with the best of the best. He has kept up with the best of the best, and I do not believe that Bogdan is ready to take on a guy like Volkan Oezdemir. Even if he wants to implement his game plan, Volkan will always be there. He'll be tough, and I believe that while, again, Bogdan could potentially be something special in the UFC in the future, this is way too much to make your UFC debut against, and I'm picking Volkan Oezdemir, possibly by knockout. All right, guys, for this next confident pick, you're going to have to bear with me on this one. Do you ever have a fight where it's just like, you don't, it's more of a gut feeling? That's kind of what I have here. I'm going to be picking Giannis Gamori in this fight. I like the patience he displays. I like the technique that he displays. And I believe that while Laurent is a very dangerous opponent, I just see Giannis outstriking him. I don't know why. You're going to have to bear with me in this pick, but for some reason, man, I am confident that he will get the job done as an underdog. Speaking of underdogs, though, let's talk about the underdog opportunities for this week. And guys, to be honest with you, this week is a little bit tough for underdogs because I only have one underdog opportunity for you, and it is going to be Manelo Cecchini in this fight. So, at the time of recording this video, let me take a look at where he is. I should have had this ready. He is a plus 330 underdog right now. While Morgan Charrier looks like he is going to be obviously the better technical fighter, you can never count out a guy with the power that Cecchini carries. And this is going to be tough because if you take a look at both guys, they're coming into the UFC, and you never know with those first UFC jitters, right? Cecchini is one of those guys who has the nice reach on him. He's going to use it well. He's going to throw everything into his shots. And when you have a guy like that, you have a guy who has the potential to win literally any fight. I'm not confident yet that Morgan Charrier will come in and continue his win streak. It's a closer fight than you think, but if you're looking for underdog opportunities, and I'm not saying like, okay, drop your money on this one. I'm just saying at plus 330 odds, if you're looking for an underdog opportunity, this one could hit, man. This one could hit. I don't know if I'm going to be placing a bet personally, but consider Cecchini. All right, guys, let's talk about fights to avoid. The first fight that I think you should avoid is actually the main event, in being Cyril Gane versus Sergey Spivac. So here's the thing. This fight is just like the Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley breakdown that we had last week. It all depends. Can Sergey get a hold of him? Can he take him down? If he gets him down, it's going to be an easy night. If he doesn't, it's going to be an easy night for Cyril Gane. Will that happen? I have no clue, and I don't believe that anybody could have like a decently educated guess on what's going to happen in this fight, because both guys are very good and very good at what they do. The only question is whose game plan is going to come out on strong, and that I have no clue. So I believe you are just like flipping a coin here if you're betting on this fight for and what to happen. So stay away from this one for sure. The next fight that I believe you should stay away from is actually going to be the co-main event, that being Manon Fiorot versus Rose Namajunas. Now, there's a lot of questions about this fight, and this is why I believe that you should stay away from it, and that's all regarding Rose Namajunas. First of all, she's taking on an opponent who seems to be something very special. Just take a look at her record so far. She has beaten very, very good fighters in the division. Rose Namajunas, though, I won't break down the whole thing. Let's run through it quickly, okay? Brand new division for her. We don't know how she's going to look. She's very small for strawweight. She's probably going to be smaller at flyweight. And plus, this girl, you don't know what's going on with her mentally. We don't know if she wants to fight. She had a bad attitude after the last loss, and it doesn't really look like she cares, and she could be potentially just showing up for another paycheck. I'm not confident she's going to be training. If she is, I'm not confident that she is going to be ready for a girl that's going to be bigger than her in a brand new division at flyweight. Too many questions for me, and I believe you should completely stay away from this fight. All right, guys, let's talk lock of the week. This is the fighter that I am as close to 100% sure as you can get to picking for a winner, and that is going to be Farid Basharat. I am so high on this guy. I love what he did in his last fight. And take a look at his last fight against Damon Blackshear, another fighter who I believe wholeheartedly will be something very special and will be a ranked contender one day. I believe the same for Farid Basharat. I love what I've seen from this guy. Technically, I believe he is a fantastic fighter. He's on a great amount of momentum right now, and I believe he will continue that momentum against Clayton Rodriguez. Clayton Rodriguez is amazing. He really is in his own right, but I believe Farid Basharat is just that good. And this fight will be very technical. This fight will be a little bit back and forth of Farid getting the better of most exchanges, whether they grapple, whether they strike. I love what I've seen from this guy, and I cannot wait to watch him perform again. It is an absolute pleasure to watch this guy perform. So Farid Basharat is going to be my lock of the week this week. Now, guys, we're going to take a quick pause here before we get into the next section of the video. If you don't want to hear me talk, there's timestamps there, so feel free to skip to whatever part you like. But guys, look out on the channel because I'm going to be starting YouTube memberships, and with the YouTube memberships, I will be posting there every single Friday of what my official bets will be, and I'm going to tell you how confident I am in the bets, why I'm placing those bets. If you guys are interested in seeing what I am going to be placing myself, which again, a little bit of a teaser, I guess. I am very, very safe with this, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, here's a huge parlay that's going to hit. I'm going to be safe as possible. Typically, at the end of every week, I'm in the plus, but like nothing absolutely crazy. So if you are interested, look out for the YouTube membership. It could be live by the time this video is out, but we'll look forward on the channel. Look for the little join button. It will be there when it goes live. Thank you for your time, everybody. All right, guys, let's take a look at some potential parlays we could make here. If we want to take some confident picks like lock of the week, Farid Basharat, and we want to take Benoit Saint-Denis, let's take a look at like these two together. Honestly, I might parlay these two together myself because both of them together is plus 216. I really, really like that. To be honest with you, I believe that Benoit Saint-Denis should be a little bit bigger of a favorite myself. Another thing that I really, really like is 1.5 rounds, so I'm probably going to parlay quite a few of those myself. But other than that, like if you want to talk like, okay, let's like take Volkan Oezdemir, Benoit Saint-Denis, and Farid Basharat, like putting those together gets you almost 4 times your money. So I really like that as well, taking some huge confident picks that we have going on here, you know what I mean? So I really, really like this so far. It's going to be a good week of betting, I can feel myself. Other than that, if you want to take a look at like Underdog Opportunities, so the only one, again, I really have for you is Zacchini, so that is pretty good. Even if you want to throw $10, that's $33. Like, to be honest with you, I don't mind those at all, but I'm talking again, like this is a parlay section. What am I doing? So even if you want to take like the Underdog Opportunity and lock of the week for Farid Basharat, 440, that is absolutely insane. I really like that. But if you want, like, I really don't think you guys should bet on these fights. I really don't, but I know a lot of people are really high on Manon Fiorot right now. So if you want to take Manon and even add that into her, maybe you have like a nice WMMA parlay, you could take one of these, which is not too bad odds, but still, that's playing around with money that I don't think you really should be doing. Thinking about it, though, I don't believe Sergey Spivac should be a plus 240 underdog. I really don't believe that. So you want to take another possible. I still think you should not bet on them. Sorry if you can hear my dog. I don't know what the heck she just started doing. Hang on. If you're feeling really, really good about yourself. Just 2 fights in Zacchini and Sergey Spivac gets you almost 8 times your money. I think that's nuts to bet on Sergey Spivac, but like, hey, if you're feeling real good about yourself, then maybe you can find something there. Honestly, if you want to talk about, like, maybe I should have included this in the Underdog Opportunity section. Sarah Farron, you have a 4-1 underdog in WMMA. It's just anything can happen in that division, so I don't know. Even if you want to go crazy with these 3 underdogs, that's 31 times your money, which won't happen, but still, it's a pretty good week with pretty good odds for betting this week, guys. With an end to our parlay section, guys, that puts an end to our video today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what your bets will be down below if you have any that you are confident or if anything you disagree with me about. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. On the screen right now, you'll have 2 videos from the Clenbat channel if you'd like to continue watching. I will see you either there or in the next video, guys. Take care.